What is going on, you guys? This is your gamer Crash Craze here, and welcome to a new Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. The topic of today's video is a discussion of 5 major things Black Ops 4 is completely changing from traditional Call of Duty titles. The community reveal event that broadcasted about a week ago unveiled a load of information, and there are a lot of changes Treyarch will be bringing with the newest Black Ops title. For this video, I did put together some Black Ops 3 gameplay. I jumped back into it since we're talking about the next piece of this series, so I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Stick around as we go through my top 5 picks on what to think about and what's going to be changing up the way we will all be playing Call of Duty in the coming future. So the first thing to talk about with the huge Call of Duty changes coming with Black Ops 4 is health within multiplayer. Health regen is gone. It's been replaced by a tool and the idea of the player consciously healing themselves in and around gunfights. This is a huge change. Health regen has been a thing within Call of Duty since the beginning. Call of Duty World War II actually had a health regen buff in an update from a few weeks ago. It was way too slow, and now it's at a better point. It literally makes or breaks the flow of gunfights and the progression of multiplayer games. Giving a tool for the player to choose when and where to heal is really interesting to think about. Players who rush maps can still play aggressive and even take into account that that enemy might just be trying to heal and then rush them to intervene the healing. More tactical players can learn how to gauge gunfights, know when to pull back, and know where exactly on the map they could be safe enough to heal up. Aside from this, in Black Ops 4, we are going to be having health bars. We'll be having around 150 health, and we will also be able to see the enemy's health bar to see how injured they might be, so that's definitely going to change things up. The next change to talk about is a new way of mastering weapons and becoming a better player, and this is predictive recoil. Recoil within Call of Duty has always been a random factor within gunfights, and Treyarch developers are turning their heads from the traditional recoil and are implementing predictive recoil. It is argued that having recoil random isn't very rewarding, and instead predictive recoil will be a way to reward the player for having mastered a certain weapon. So say you play all the time with that one AR, or it's your favorite go-to weapon. Why not have the ability not only having it as your favorite, but also as your best used weapon, right? With predictive recoil, there is the idea that players will be able to understand and master weapons, no matter what they are. Learn the recoil pattern of a particular weapon and use that to your own advantage. It is an interesting and exciting idea to think about that the hours spent on certain weapons will pay off in more ways than one here. Stepping off of the previous change, we gotta talk a little bit about weapon attachments in Black Ops 4. During the community reveal event, it was discussed and stated that weapons were and are going to be as crucial as ever, even perhaps more so important than choosing a specialist. This is because in Black Ops 4, weapons attachments are going to be even more specific and detailed than ever before. It is mentioned that weapons will have specific attachments and modifications available to customize and even fine-tune your perfect class. Operator mods were introduced as well, which are even more advanced attachments that can step up your weapon and be that much better. This is something I'm really looking forward to. Call of Duty World War II, for the most part, had a restrictive class system, and knowing that Black Ops 4 is going to be the exact opposite is pretty much a good thing in my opinion. So the fourth big change in our list is the new minimap system called Fog of War. The traditional minimap was a radius centered around your character and the ability to see and pinpoint enemies around the map with general ease. Now Fog of War brings an all-around darkness around the map. In my opinion, it seems like map knowledge can play a big factor, as the radius of what you can see on your minimap is very, very limited. Enemies pop up with their own fog of war, and teammates will also be visible as well. So it really does seem that with this new minimap system, it will be very important to try and play around your teammates, work well together, and actually kind of use those headsets and use callouts and chat communication. So Fog of War does segue greatly into our last and final change, which is Specialist and or Team Formation. Specialists are back in Black Ops 4. Some are familiar like Ruin or Seraph, and there are some new ones like Crash, who's like a new medic now added to the game. However, Specialists are working a bit differently than how they worked in Black Ops 3. For one, you can only have one type of Specialist on your team. You need to work with your team and select a Specialist you know well and can utilize the best to help your team win. Another thing is Specialist abilities. Specialists now have unique abilities that can be used to turn around fights or assist your teammates, such as Ruin, who now has a grapple hook. He can go ahead and move a little bit quicker, and he can actually use that so that when he does use his bio spikes, he can get in there into the fight and use his special ability. So that's gonna about wrap up today's video on Black Ops 4 and the 5 major things Black Ops 4 is changing from the traditional Call of Duty titles. You guys gotta let me know in those comments down below what you guys think about this. Is there anything that I missed? I'm sure like Black Ops 4 is bringing a whole bunch of change, and these were just the 5 things that really stuck out to me and I think are really going to impact the way we're going to be starting to play Call of Duty from here on out. But this has been your Gamer Crash Craze. It's been great gaming with you, and I'm glad that you guys stopped by into this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button, show me some support there, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can stay notified on whenever I'm uploading another video, whether it be another Black Ops 4 video or any live streams in the coming future. But thanks so much you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.